It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, called Suck Spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Good morning and welcome to the KVJ show. How are you guys doing here on this lovely Thursday?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
It is. That's right.
It's November.
It is.
My gosh.
Nice little cool breeze out there today. It's nice how the weather has kind of changed. I mean, just a week ago was hot, balmy, and nasty. Now it's cool and delicious outside.
It is delicious outside. Are we getting that H-cane? The hurricane?
I don't think it's going to be a full-on impact and like a hurricane. I do believe it's going to be a wet one, though.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like Sunday into Monday.
Mm-hmm. With increased rain chances starting tomorrow. So today may be the last we see a full sunny day for a little while.
Gotta tell you guys, the combination you guys have with the weather report is remarkable.
We actually just look at the news.
It's great.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
My sister noted that, doesn't that thing seem to be hooking where it wants to come to Louisiana when it's done with Florida? And I was like, damn, it does look like that.
Looking like a hooker.
I mean,
Pinging around everybody, huh?
These hurricanes all have like a homing device. They're like, let's go to Louisiana. Okay, let's.
That's kind of it. Yeah, so it's going to be probably a wet week starting either today or tomorrow. So probably tomorrow we'll get a little bit more. So we'll see how it goes. Let me see. We'll get you caught up with everything going on here today, and also hopefully make you a little bit richer, at least by $100. Somebody's going to pick up $100 at 9 a.m. this morning and get qualified for $5,000. That will be giving out another $5,000 tomorrow for the 5K workday payday. So just go ahead and set that alarm right now. Put it in for like 8:55, so you're here nice and early, and then get ready to call in. Caller number 9 coming up is going to win $100 and get qualified for $5,000.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in just a second, how is Lori Loughlin doing in prison? I guess we have a report from inside the prison walls. Caged heat, Jaybird.
Oh, my God.
How's she doing in there?
Sexy.
We'll let you know coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Luke Bryan, there's a big game this weekend. If you're a Gators fan, I'm sure you know the Gators and the Bulldogs will be playing. And Luke Bryan's a big Bulldogs fan. Not sure if you knew that.
Yeah, Georgia boy.
But here he is talking about a curse he done gonna put on them Gators.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, he got it figured out.
It's Luke here, and I've got a fun week in store for you because Georgia plays Florida Saturday. But the best part about this week is last year at the Redbird games, my wife bid and won Tim Tebow's Heisman to be in our home for 6 months. Tim somehow delivered it last week, the week before the Georgia-Florida game. I feel it was an effort to bring bad mojo into my household. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, there's Tim's Heisman. Just to prove to you guys, he made good on his promise. But I've got this all week to put a curse on the Florida Gators.
Oh, my.
Okay.
That is just some good hometown country fun.
He's gonna spin that mojo.
Oh,
Yes,
Dad-nabbit, what's he doing?
You boys will be excited to see this. The Foo Fighters are going to be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live this week.
Do they have a new album coming out?
Not that I know of.
I think they have an upcoming album coming out.
Okay.
Oh, we have a bit of a debate. We have a Foo Fighters off.
Well, it says
I
here
hope so. That'd be
their
great.
10th album is coming out.
Oh, that's fantastic. Do you have a date on that?
No.
Okay.
I'm looking it up.
They've started teasing it, it says. No word on whether or not they're going to premiere new music from that album. But I guess the show, too, is going to be hosted by Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
That should be
for once,
great.
Saturday Night Live this week.
I mean, I love that lineup.
It's looking like a 2021 release, everybody.
Okay, thank you, Bird.
That's very nice. Okay.
Get it. And finally here, how's it going for Lori Loughlin? She reportedly is having a tough first week in prison. She has started her 2-month prison sentence. It happened on Friday. And just 5 days in, sources say she is a wreck. She's worried that her prison stay is going to be prolonged for some reason. And she's super paranoid and freaking out.
Fresh fish.
Yeah.
Fresh fish. Is she freaking out?
She's freaking out. Get it together.
Oh, when she walks, by the other inmates, like, what's up, Full House? What's up, Aunt Becky?
It's a low security federal prison. There's about 1,200 female inmates there, and it's the same facility where Felicity Huffman just got finished doing her time. So it's not like they're not used to this.
I feel like Huffman did it right.
Yeah.
Aunt Becky kind of did it all wrong.
Huffman rolled with it.
She rolled with it.
Huffman's like, look, I did it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And
damn it. I messed up.
She'll work again before Aunt Becky.
She got 11 days. Aunt Becky got 2 months.
Dang.
Dang is right. So stay tuned. We'll be giving you weekly reports of if they've broken Lori Loughlin. That's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about today, Jaybird?
I need to talk to Meathead Kevin today.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, so I got into a debate, and I've heard other people talk about it before, and I wasn't trying to get into a huge argument, so I stopped talking to the person.
Yeah.
Because the person I was talking to was getting really mad and really defensive, and I'm almost certain they might have had a little roid rage going on.
Oh.
Back in the day, okay, I had abs 2 times in my life, okay? When I was playing baseball, 2 different times, I deliberately was doing ab workouts to make sure I was getting abs and to strengthen my core.
Yeah.
And I saw a major difference. And both times that I did that, I actually got a 6-pack both times. And that's because I was deliberately doing the sit-ups, doing the crunches.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything different with my diet, but I really was going for that. Well, this guy who's a workout dude was adamant about how ab workouts do not work. Sit-ups do not work. Crunches do not work. I've been made to believe that is just, I'm basically a fool for still believing that outdated stuff. But I feel like I've done this in my life deliberately, and I've seen major differences doing sit-ups and crunches. Where do you stand on this major debate? Because this guy wanted to break me into 2.
Whoa.
Oh,
Good heavens.
Well, he just was. He just couldn't. He wouldn't accept that I got results doing that in my life. He said that I was wrong. That there's no way by me doing ab work and sit-ups that I could achieve abs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can strengthen your core. I still think that those exercises are good. Having a good, strong core is kind of the center of your body and the center of strength building. But maybe what he's saying is that you're not going to see abs until you lose the fat around it. And, that's how you get abs. It's actually by losing fat. Because you could have a great set of abs that's covered in fat. And so really when you start to get abs, it's that you've lost the fat that are kind of like in those crevices of the abs, and then they start to come out.
So the fat was leaving my body by me doing the abs. That exercise alone was probably shedding the fat to show the abs.
If you don't lose any body fat and you continue to do crunches and all that stuff, you wouldn't see a 6-pack. You need to lose the fat to see the 6-pack.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely did not want to fight with the meathead. I wanted to see where you stand. I just felt like when I did ab work, I could feel it. I could see it. I could see it happening.
It's not like you think about you build a bicep and all of a sudden your bicep starts growing and you're like going, I noticed the growth in my bicep. You're not going to see the same thing necessarily in your abdominal muscles. I mean, they may grow a little bit, but not to the point where they're going to push past whatever fat and lard you got on top of it. You got to get rid of that fat and then it kind of starts sinking back, and then the abs start coming out.
Do you do any ab work?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I work on core. Yeah, absolutely. I always, every day, I do some kind of core exercise. Yeah, that's what I said. I think a lot of people would agree. It's a good center to have. You want all the way around your stomach and your back, your lower back area. You want it to be strong. It's kind of the base of what you need.
I think homeboy was on some roids yesterday.
Who, Kevin?
No. Not Kevin.
Yeah, he was kind of mean to us.
Yes.
No, the dude that was, you did not get abs.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what he was saying.
He was saying a lot.
Okay.
This guy was on something.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
I'm on a weird cusp that I wanted to share with you. So, Magnolia has her learner's permit right now. And yes, she can drive, but, it's got to be a parent in the car, that whole thing. But in just 1 month from now, one of her best little girlfriends turns 16. And this girl is getting a car like the day she turns 16. That's her present. Mm-hmm. And so I know that 1 month from now, that's it. I'm not going to see Mags anymore because this will be the first little girl in her friend group to get wheels, have the license. Mm-hmm. And I remember when the first person in my friend group got wheels and a license, it was like, woohoo, let's go.
Yeah.
It's all over. I've got 1 month left.
Yeah, no, I definitely notice that with my kids when they are able to drive, and it's a different phase of parenting where you see them.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like you have this little egg and it's like a little Fabergé egg, and you protect it and you keep it safe, and then you make sure nothing happens to this little egg, and then all of a sudden you just throw the egg out in the street and like, bye, egg.
Yeah, it was a major moment when one of my buddies got his license before me, and my mom did not want me to go. Thank God for Randy Pennington. He fought for my freedom.
And you just went.
With a lot of fighting with my mom, it took, I would say, probably a month or two with my friend getting his license. And then I ended up getting my license and only being on the road for about a month and a half. I had my learner's permit for a month and a half, and then I got my license, and my mom didn't like that either.
Uh-oh.
Says Max has had her license for a while.
She has. So she got her learner's permit on the day she turned 15. Because in Florida, I guess they want them to practice for a year, and you can't get it. You can't get it until you're 16 for your real driver's license.
Yeah, back in the day, you didn't have a lot of rules. Because I only had my learner's permit for 6 weeks, and then they gave me my license, and they should not have done that.
6 weeks doesn't feel like enough practice.
It wasn't. I was terrible at driving. Still haven't gotten better. But I should not have had a license.
Yeah, it's interesting as you're a parent, you just go through different phases and stages of parenting. And they're all different from, the diaper changing phase and to kids sports, and then they start driving, and then they move out, and then they start getting their own family. And so, yeah, you're always still a parent, Virginia. You're in a different phase.
It's just so weird to have to relinquish control and stuff. I'm not going to be able to tell her what she can do and where she can go because I don't have to drive her there anymore.
Right.
She's going to have this friend who she's very close with that's got wheels. Uh-huh. This little girl's getting a Nissan on her birthday.
Yeah, wow, good for her.
Does the Kevin Ralston remember the first place you went to when you got your license?
No.
You don't? Do you remember?
I guarantee Jaybird went to a fast food drive-thru.
I did. McDonald's was the first place I went to. I remember my mom was crying as I was backing out of the driveway.
So dramatic.
It was so dramatic.
She was going to McDonald's.
I had me and my two buddies playing a whoop, there it is, in my Sunbird, and my mom was crying. Oh, he's growing up. Oh, my baby bird.
Yeah, that's going to be me. I'm going to be just like your mom, crying in a moo-moo in the yard.
My mom did have a moo-moo.
I love a moo-moo.
Yeah, it's one of those big watershed moments, Virginia. Big stuff.
I'm not ready.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I am ready for is, a return to normalcy. Hopefully that is somewhere in our near future. Yesterday, I was telling you about an interesting study out of Germany that was talking about the transmission of the coronavirus at indoor concerts. And they found that the environment poses a low to very low risk to attendees of contracting the disease.
All right. All right, Germany.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
Well, now Ticketmaster is running with plans on how to safely welcome fans back to live shows. They're starting to talk about it. Will we have concerts in the very near future? This company called Smart Event has come up with a new wave of technology hoping to provide coronavirus secure live music events. They have a social distance seating tool which uses algorithms to work out safe venue capacities. And then there's also a timed entry tool which staggers entry to events to prevent overcrowding, because that was the one thing in the study out of Germany. They found the highest risk was people coming in and then leaving the concert.
Altogether.
Yes,
Got
that was
it.
the biggest issue. So this Ticketmaster system would work on that and try to remedy it. They would have entry rate monitoring tools, which also would help avoid that kind of congestion. And they do a contactless box office and scanners to try to minimize touching and contracting the virus. So Ticketmaster is kicking around the ideas of trying to get back to it. Don't really have many concerts booked before June that I see. You know, pretty much everything has been pushed off for the next year, and that'll be about the first that you really start seeing any kind of live shows. But if you're one of those people, because I do see a lot of the surveys, they ask people, what do you miss the most? There are some people that just love live music.
I get it. The right live music is amazing.
Yeah.
The atmosphere, the food, the people you're with, the cocktails. I mean, it can be a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know that singing and yelling at your friend next to you is the most conducive.
Yeah.
I mean, I spit a lot when I talk and
You
sing.
do. You lead the KVJ show and spit. You lead
know.
the league in it.
I know.
What I see coming up for live music events, probably the first thing you have a chance to go to is the 3 Points Music and Arts Fest. It's got the Strokes and the Wu-Tang Clan. That's going to be April 30th that weekend at Manor Winwood.
I like the Strokes. I always forget that I like them, but every time
Yeah.
I put them on, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Well, they're going to be coming live here in the next, 6 months, I guess?
You want to go, Mama?
I'm good.
All right.
And really, not till the end of June do you start seeing stuff going on. Hard Rock Stadium, they've rescheduled the Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Poison show.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Mm-hmm. Can't wait.
So there's going to be a lot of disease at that one. So.
I mean, and that's not talking
Yeah.
Corona.
No, that's just on the stage. So that's when you're going to start seeing it. So if you wanted to return to live music, they are trying to come up with the game plans to make it happen, and hopefully safely coming up. Okay, so tell me which one here is better, to be happily married but financially unstable, or lonely but a millionaire? Ooh. What is the better option here?
I'm going to pick lonely.
Lonely and a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm already lonely without the money. Give me the money. Yeah. Lonely without a million. You're lonely as a millionaire. Locking it in.
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go happily married but financially unstable. I think that if you got a good loving family and somebody that supports you, it doesn't matter what you got. You can make it happy and live anywhere.
Love overrated. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Which one is better, a long and boring existence or a short but more intense one? I'm going to go short and intense.
Short and tense. Long and boring sounds just horrid.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Long and, yeah.
Give me a good ride. I don't care how long it is. Which one is better here, living as a woman in a world full of women or as a man in a world entirely of men? What would be better?
Oh, man. This is tough.
I think a world of women might be a little bit more low-key, possibly, but I don't know. Guys seem to be able to resolve conflict better, but guys also seem to start conflict.
You have to ask sober bird versus drunk bird. Sober, I might have to pick, I don't know, man. This is tough.
You'll pick the women, and then you'll be a lesbian.
Is that how it's going to work?
I think so.
You'd be a lesbian?
Yeah, she confused me too. Mm-hmm.
You're a woman in a world full of women?
Well, no, I would be Jason Pennington in a world full of women, right? I wouldn't change.
No, it's living as a woman in a world full of women.
You're a woman.
Or as a man in a world entirely of men.
I get it, but you're confusing me. You said you have to ask me if I'm drunk or sober. Then you put me on the stand like I stole something.
You'd be a lesbian.
I get it. Yes, I'd be a lesbian. Stop doing my thinking.
All that way.
All that way.
All that fighting.
Okay, which one is better here, a zombie or a robot apocalypse? Which one is better?
Some would argue we're already going through the robot apocalypse.
Dang.
I don't know.
AI, Kevin, it's got you too. He's a robot right there.
That's why he doesn't act like it's a big deal.
Right. He's trying to minimize the robot agenda.
I think robots would be more deadly than zombies.
Yeah, people give zombies a lot of credit, and I know
Slow moving.
they eat you and they do all that. I feel like I could beat the zombies. I can't beat the robots.
Right. I kind of agree.
Yeah, robots have like computer brains.
They're smarter. They don't have emotion.
Well, you have a better chance to take out. Yeah, I think that's easily the way to go with that.
I think we do all right with zombies, guys. KVJ show. I think we would still be able to make it to work and be okay.
There are some people I think honestly believe in that zombie apocalypse.
You're completely right. I get emails from Weird and whatever. They totally believe that it's possible.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not serious, right? And no, they really are serious. And there's a lot of people like that I look at. I look at the flat earthers and I'm like, this is a gag, right? You're not serious.
No, they are, and it's all because of the internet. The internet just brings all kinds of opinions together, whether they're right or wrong.
Yeah.
And you find that group, and you're able to trick people way easier now.
There is a lot of dumb people believing in really dumb things.
The flat earther is a growing movement.
Right. Yes, it's scary, isn't it?
It's scary.
What the heck is going on here? So my question is, what is the dumbest thing you ever believed? Maybe you snapped out of it, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Maybe you want to defend it. We're talking about the zombie apocalypse. If it were coming upon us, would it actually scare you? And why do some people really believe that it's going to happen? I guess it's all about, no, man, Kev, there could be a virus to make people act like zombies.
That's exactly how they talk too, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's virus.
It definitely could happen, man.
Don't
be naive.
Government's telling lies, man.
Be prepared, man.
The virus is actually COVID. It just takes 2 years for you to become a zombie.
People don't realize it, but COVID-19 is the zombie virus.
Yeah, 2 years, bruh.
Probably our people believe that, yeah. So it's slow infection. You think it's bad now? What's
as
it next
Kevin's
year?
eating your brains, Jaybird, what do you think?
What am I thinking as he's doing that?
Yeah, because I mean, he had the COVID, and he's going to turn into a zombie in 2 years, and probably come for you first because you look delicious.
It would be surreal to go through, but if I didn't die, I could still do a show the next day with him.
I could. With half a brain?
I could get through it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you apologize and you were sincere, like, dude, we all do things we don't,
Do zombies apologize?
I don't think they do.
It's not your fault, Kevin. You're a zombie. You crave brains. My brain was here.
Yeah.
Like you would justify it.
Good question, Virginia. At first I thought it was dumb, but it really sparked some conversation.
You got zombie apocalypse people. You got the flat earthers. You got a lot of people believing a lot of dumb things, but sometimes it's innocent stuff that you just don't know any better, especially when you're a kid. There might be something dumb that you believe and you hold on to forever.
So much. I wrote down so many that I believed.
Yeah, a lot of people have been that way.
When I was a little kid, I honestly thought, kind of like the Truman Show, that I was being filmed and people could see it. And then the Truman Show came out, and I go, okay, then other kids must have thought this too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Did you ever think that as a kid?
No.
The solidarity, you can't agree with me?
I knew that my
Lie to
life
him.
was insignificantly boring. There was not a lot going on there.
Yeah. I thought I was being filmed the entire time.
Somebody said, dumbest thing I believed. I saw a bunch of strobe lights one time, and my dad told me that it was the aliens looking for children who had been bad, and he scared me straight.
Oh, my.
Yes. It's kind of terrifying, isn't it?
I used to believe if you stood over dead animals, their spirits would go into your heart. Whoa. I did not mean to silence the room on
Wow.
that. Oh, my God. Don't look at me like that. I didn't kill the animals.
That's horrifying.
No, it's not. I thought that would. No, I thought their spirit would live in my heart. Hey, get that raccoon spirit. I'm gonna stop.
All of a sudden, you're digging through the trash.
No, it's don't make fun of that.
A lot of these things are because parents are tricking their kids and feeding them full of a bunch of lies. And you're dumb enough as a kid to listen to your parents and believe them. Somebody said, my dad convinced me that the orange balls to keep airplanes from hitting power lines were flotation devices to keep the lines afloat if a flood comes.
Oh, my. Oh, that's horrifying.
How big of a flood that would be? Those things are up there pretty high. Somebody else said, my dad had me convinced that aspirin came from aspen trees, and that if you licked the bark, it would cure a headache. So when I get a headache, I'd lick a tree, and somebody's like, what are you doing? It's an aspen tree. That's where they get aspirin. Somebody said, when I was young, I thought no shoulder driving meant no driving with your shoulders. You ever see that sign on the road?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Taking it literally. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. But I do notice the theme is it is parents that lie to you and trick you, or else older siblings.
Absolutely. I mean, I told y'all about fish sticks, how I was told if you eat them, your privates get bigger. That was a lie.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, what is this? My ex-boyfriend. So dumb, he believes that Prince William is a clone of Jesus Christ and is the false prophet meant to lead the world astray. See, I would think it'd be Prince Harry more than Prince William.
Yeah, Prince William is not bringing it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty heavy one right there.
Yeah, that is a heavy one. I can see maybe why he's an ex, and she's ratting him out right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People do believe some pretty weird and whack things. Including, I know Jaybird with Loch Ness Monster. You feel good about that?
I feel good about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, and I know y'all think I'm crazy, but Bigfoot as a species could absolutely exist on this planet, and that I can tell I'm losing. Am I losing the room again?
You can see the passion picked up here, Virginia.
I'm just saying.
He's all in.
Bigfoot could be an animal. It doesn't have to be this man gorilla everyone thinks it is. Just look at it like a species.
Okay.
Well, good news. If you stand over him when he dies, his spirit will go in your heart.
You're making fun of me, but I'd still do that.
His spirit will go in your heart.
I can't believe I got a weird look for that one. I believe that with people, too, by the way.
Well, this is a good day for Bird. Coming up here in a second, some stories about possible proof of both Loch Ness and aliens.
Thank you, Kevin.
Wow, it is a big Bird kind of day. I got the news for you next. We got some big news. If you are a Loch Ness or alien aficionado like Jaybird, possible proof in the news today. Saw a story today that they have a mysterious shape, likely creature, detected at the bottom of Loch Ness, 600 feet below the surface.
Out of all of that stuff, the Loch Ness, to me, seems the most realistic. People get all... They get confused when you hear the word monster. They're expecting this big Godzilla thing to be living in there. It could just be a prehistoric snake, which is possible. Those show up quite a bit, actually.
Looks like it's about 33 feet long, and they think maybe it could be what you're talking about, a traditional Nessie type of creature, or simply a large shoal of fish. It says maybe that's what it picked up. I guess that's what, a school of fish?
A school of fish that gets together and is like, all right, we're going to make the shape of a giant snake. Y'all ready? On three.
One,
2, 3, go.
We're real bored.
We got to trick these dumbasses on the coast.
That's how they entertain themselves?
Yes, they love to do that.
Wouldn't that be amazing if animals were really like that?
All right, on 3, you're going to push your head out and look around. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Well, it's working. It's working.
You see a Bigfoot, and all it is a gorilla taking off a Bigfoot outfit. We got him! We got him!
And on the alien tip, astronomers have found a fast radio burst that came from within our own Milky Way galaxy for the first time ever. They say the bursts are extremely bright flashes of energy that last for a fraction of a second, during which they can blast out more than 100 million times more power than our own sun. They say the radio pulses are likely produced by a magnetar, which is a type of neutron star with a hugely powerful magnetic field.
We're going to get answers, and in Rocco's lifetime, we will know about aliens. I think we'll have contact. I do. I know I sound crazy this morning, talking Bigfoot, talking Loch Ness, talking aliens.
If it's going to happen.
You're not going to be mad at Kevin if he eats your brains.
It's 2020. You know, you got a lot of forgiveness
I'm
and
not going to hold it
concessions.
against him. What?
I know Kevin believes in aliens. That we know. That's a fact.
This is something else I saw. If you are into the astronomy, keep in mind, yesterday, remember I dropped on you how you can see all the planets in the solar system in the next week in the sky?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of a great week for astronomy. You got that news, and then you've got this. I don't know if this is comforting or not, but they say that the Earth has been pulsating every 26 seconds, and it's been doing this for the last 60 years only, and nobody knows why. What does that mean?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Like, what? Wait, I saw this. I'm like, wait, what? And then you ever hear that where there's a story and you get the first line that alarms you, but you keep reading the rest of the story and you're not smart enough to understand it? So you're alarmed, but you can't get any kind of resolution or comfort from this to find out, is this a big deal or not?
What do they mean pulsating? Are they talking about just like the Earth?
I couldn't understand anymore.
Is the actual like the ground
Where's
breathing?
the pulse emanating from?
Yeah, somewhere in the core of the Earth. It's like doing a pulsating type thing. And kind of like we talked about, we're picking up from this Magnastar. It's maybe the same thing. Is the Earth trying to communicate with other planets?
Is the pulsating speeding up or slowing down?
It's every 26 seconds and has been consistently for 60 years. But
Why are we
As
just
soon
hearing
as it
about
starts
this?
changing, that's when you should start freaking out.
Yeah, they did.
It's an alarm clock.
I don't know if it just started 60 years ago or we just got the technology 60 years ago to realize that the Earth was doing this. That's what I don't know.
The Earth is breathing.
It's got a pulse.
Or is there something in the Earth, or is the Earth itself trying to communicate with something?
This is just like an Independence Day. It's counting down.
It's counting
and you know what
down.
happens when you count down? Checkmate.
Yeah, I don't know what this is all about, but that's the unfortunate thing where it's like you're smart enough to understand the first part of the sentence, but you're too dumb to get the rest of the explanation.
But you've seen enough movies to be horrified by the concept.
Yes,
Aliens
don't do
are-
this to me.
We're communicating with aliens.
Yeah, it's a tiny seismic rumble every 26 seconds. Now, they say that it's caused by ocean waves, volcanoes, or maybe something else completely. A lot of people have different theories.
Yeah, we don't know. We do not know. Us humans think we're so smart, Virginia.
I know I'm dumb.
We don't even know when a meteorite's coming to get us.
Yeah, it's this guy at Columbia University in the early 1960s realized that the Earth was giving off a microseism. So I guess it was just discovered. I don't know that it just started, but it was discovered 60 years ago.
And he probably was one of those guys, a scientist. He comes in with this paperwork. You're not going to believe it. The Earth is breathing. Oh, stop it. Oh, you crazy crackpot.
All right, Phil.
Yeah, all right, Phil. Shut up.
I think you only should be worried if it stops going 26 seconds and, oh man, now it's only 24 seconds.
The pulsating's changed.
The pulsating's now going to 23 seconds.
Phil was right.
Damn it, Phil.
That's what's alarming to me, that it seems to be very precise.
Oh, yeah.
For
26
now.
seconds.
For now.
The things we don't know.
Yeah. They say that what it is, it's kind of like maybe the shifting of like continental shelves, and as the waves move, it hits and it creates a harmonic bang to rattle the Earth.
Anxiety attack in 3, 2, 1.
All right.
You start talking about the shelves moving.
The shelves moving gets him.
It does,
He
man.
can't handle the bigness of
When
it.
you talk about the Canary Island and the shelves
The
move.
shelf moves the ocean. What?
Yes.
His brain starts to go.
It freaks me out.
Some people think scientifically it is probably the Decepticons signaling the other Decepticons that it's time to come to Earth.
Oh, yeah.
That's very possible.
It's all happening.
I mean, if this were a year that we would have something, like if Decepticons were just flying, I'd be like, it's 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
I mean, would you be that shocked if the Decepticons came down
for
here?
the next 2 months, honestly, anything can happen. I'd be like, oh, okay, of course, yeah, alien invasion.
Oh, there's dragons flying out in the sky. Okay.
Actually, it makes perfect sense.
It does, man.
I'm going to stay inside.
Stay inside. My mom was right.
Yeah, stay inside. Our celebrity birthdays for today. Got Kevin Jonas, the oldest Jonas, is 33 today. Bryan Adams Had a bunch of hits back in the mid-'80s. He turned 61 today. One of those peaceful Canadians.
Yeah, he had some hits in the 90s, too.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
A
Early
few,
to mid-'90s, yeah.
but I think he did
started flame out in the mid-'90s.
He did.
Yeah. But he had a good run there.
He had a real good... If you look at his greatest hits, there's several hits you'd love, Virginia.
I'm sure.
And Kris Jenner is 65 today. The matriarch of the whole Jenner Kardashian clan.
The head of the snake, as we call it.
Is 65 today. Absolutely. Got families worth of birthdays here. Happy 15th to Brianne. And also you got a happy 20th to Emily. They have birthdays just a day apart in the same family. Mom, Dad, Christian, and the dogs Bo and Rebel sent that in.
Aww.
So happy birthday there. Got any birthdays you want to shout out for? You can let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Well, Jaybird possibly has a solution to finding a new house, and it is a radical house that is unlike anything we have discussed, Virginia.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm just trying to change the game up a little bit.
You're a radical man. Maybe you need a radical house.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yes.
Pros and cons.
A radical housing concept Jaybird is considering. We'll discuss coming up next. Jaybird is considering a radical housing strategy. He's been looking for a house for a while, and it seems like you've had some challenges and frustrations that have dealt with this. Anybody who's been looking for a house, I'm sure, can relate.
It's been a challenge for sure. I haven't found too much that I like, and when I do, it just hasn't worked out.
So now somebody's proposing something to you that you're actually considering, something that's not a traditional, let's go get some land and let's have a home and a backyard. Your backyard would be the ocean.
Hear me out. One of them boat houses. You know what I'm talking about? One of those, you saw them in Jaws, the movie.
That's probably not a good example.
That's a good point.
We know a guy that did live on a boat for a long time.
And was he crazy?
He sold it. He doesn't live on it anymore.
Did he like it?
You have to ask him. So remember our old production director at our old radio station?
Yeah.
Jeff, for years.
You know the kind I'm talking about? It actually looks like a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're in all kinds of price ranges here, too.
I actually have massive curiosity over this. I was paddleboarding Riviera Beach Marina, that area right around Peanut Island, and there was a guy that had an elaborate setup. It was like a houseboat, but then it connected to another boat, and he had all these tarps up, and the guy just was there. He had like a gas-powered grill that was out there. He had TV and that kind of stuff, and he was just sitting on that thing chilling. It was a beautiful day, but I'm like, I would love to just go in there and I guess interview him or just have a conversation with the guy, because I'm like, how does this work? You're allowed to just set up your own flotilla out there on the water? Do they charge you? Do you have to pay taxes on it? What do you do all day? Do you ever leave? If you do, for what? Or you just sit here on the water all day long, and are you extremely bored?
That's why I brought it up. I'm sure somebody listening has a boat house. Pros and cons. I get the whole hurricane, bad weather thing.
Yeah.
I understand that aspect of it. That'd be part of the way you live.
And that would be part of the questions I would ask. What do you do when we have a strong storm rolling in? Even something like a tropical depression, does that change anything, or is that just wetness? How much wind can you withstand, and what does your place look like after a Cat 1 blows through?
I'm looking at a few houses today, and I'm not going to lie, Mom, it's starting to get a little grueling, and I don't know if this is just goofy thinking. Somebody brought it up to me about the houseboat. Do you hate that idea for me?
I love the idea, but I don't know if you're nautical enough.
Well, it's time to get nautical.
Yes, and that would be the thing. I would really love for you to sit down with Jeff and talk about it, because there's nobody that can explain living on a boat better, because he did it. He did it where he didn't like they have mooring balls that are just out there, and you can like rent a mooring ball where you hook up to that.
Okay.
And then instead of having to throw an anchor, it's secure and you're on that.
Okay.
But then there's also people that just go like out there renegade style and drop anchor, and they don't have to pay for that.
I wondered that because I see a lot of boats out there that just sit there,
Right.
and week after week they're still there.
And
I'm like,
a lot of those are just renegades.
But does anyone clean those up? I mean, the ones, some of them look like they're abandoned.
I
and they're
know.
sitting there forever. I'm like, does anyone ever just go through and
That's
pull those out of the
great
water?
question. I don't know if anybody polices that. The way that Jeff did it is he rented a boat slip. And so
Yeah.
he owned the boat, and then he rented a boat slip at a place that had electricity where you just plug into it. And they had a marina, and like he could go and like get off the boat. And so it wasn't like he was out set adrift.
Let's just see what the KVJ chat room is saying. They seem to be pretty supportive of this idea. Zach says, Bird, you've lost your damn mind. Meredith says, you can't swim, in all caps. That's a lie. I can swim. It just don't look pretty, and I don't float well. They hate the idea. The KVJ Nation thinks I'm going to die.
I think it's a really technical life, and it's a man's life.
I feel like if I'm going to do this, I might have to be older. You know what I mean?
I think you can do it.
I can. I know I can do it.
I just think you need to start small and learn the ways of the nauticalness.
Learn the ways of the waves. Oh, I can get that on my boat.
You don't really know anything about boating. I mean, as much as I don't know anything about boating. I wouldn't even try to buy a houseboat.
Well, let's hope the two houses I look at today, I love them. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Because you may just see Bird in a canoe.
See, if you bought like a little boat and built like a tarp on top of it, I think that would be kind of cool.
I don't want it to be awful. I want it to be cool, man. No, we're not doing a bad boat thing. If I'm doing it, I'm going full in. I'm going all boat
I
house.
gotta take you out there to Riviera Beach Marina to see this setup this guy has. It's pretty interesting how he has it. It's all, like multiple floating things that he's kind of tethered together and
Yeah.
has
I've
parked up.
seen it.
Yeah.
Dude's off the grid, though. It's a different life.
It is a different line.
Are you ready for that yet?
That's why I'm bringing it up. That's why I need people like y'all and the chat room to talk me through these things.
We need to maybe get you a boat club membership first and let you learn the nautical ways.
Just the idea. I think I'm in love with the idea. The idea is cool.
The idea is sexy.
And the house hunting is, it's starting to get grueling.
You know what you need? A first mate that can handle all those details.
Oh, so now I'm getting...
Now you have a roommate.
Now I'm getting a boat and a girlfriend. Is that what's happening?
Well, I think you should get a guy, actually, to be your first mate. Non-sexual.
Should be interesting. Jose is on here from Wellington to talk about houseboats here. You said getting the boat is simple, Jose?
It's not that it's simple. It's as expensive as it is to get in a house.
Oh.
The biggest problem is, like Virginia just said, it's finding a place where to put it. Because that becomes expensive. It's becoming very popular for single guys. Sorry, Jason.
I love being single, brother.
You're trendy.
It's not an insult. It's designed.
But he's saying you're trendy.
Oh, okay.
It's trendy. Yeah, it's very trendy. A lot of people is doing it. They're getting single, but you don't want to get a boat where you're gonna having more than one person, because then it gets too crowded. So unless you buy a boat that is going to be very, very 2 decks or something like that, which is practically $500,000, and you're going to end up, but it costs about $500 to $600 just to find a dock where you can put it. So keep that in mind when you're looking for a boat, where to put it. And if you're living in the middle of the ocean, I'm sorry, Jason, you're not a great swimmer.
Yeah.
And you can have a shark eat you or something. I'm joking. I'm sorry. But it's true. It becomes very expensive to find a boat. People who keep boats in the docks, and the real good ones around here in Palm Beach County, are very, very expensive. And I'm talking about $500 to $1,000 per month just to keep it there.
Yeah, boat slip rental is high. Remember where I used to keep my boat? in that crappy boat we had?
No, I don't remember.
Lake Park area.
Yeah, I still don't remember. Yeah.
You went on it. It caught on fire while you were on the boat.
I still don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember Virginia.
That slip was $700 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that was way back in the day.
And the guy that I see doesn't have a slip. He's just out there.
That's the guy. That's who I'm trying to be.
And that's what I wonder.
That's what I want.
I'm curious what his situation is. Do they just allow that?
I want the manatees to be my neighbors, Virginia.
I don't know if anybody really. Does anybody govern that guy? That guy might be off the grid, y'all.
I know. That's what I wonder. And do they allow that?
Govern this.
Well, somebody was saying they used to have a row of houseboats in the Keys, and the whole Conch Republic thing. They're like, ain't nobody telling us what to do.
That's very Key West.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we are off the grid. We govern ourselves. We consider ourselves to be our own entity. We answer to no one.
It sounds cool though, doesn't it?
It does sound cool, but the practicality of it calls for a seaman.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And I got Chewy to think about too. That means Chewy's got to become a seaman.
Jeff had a dog on his boat.
I know you can do it. Believe me, that the person that was trying to sell this idea to me was like, you bring your dog.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well,
it's fascinating.
It's fascinating. Not a lot of support. Not a lot.
Probably not a great idea, but it's interesting.
This is kind of like my therapy session in here.
This is a show of bad ideas.
Yeah, hey, we learned about houseboats.
Yeah, it's on brand.
Today's KVJ draft, we are doing movie badasses here. So these are going to be people that had to appear in movies, but they were intimidating people. Like if you wanted to be tough and cool like this person, this is who you would choose. You get 3 people you get to pick out. We'll see who can put together the best team of movie badasses. Okay, we're drawing playing cards to determine the draft order. I got a queen.
I think I got your card, Jaybird. Here you go.
I got 2.
I got 2.
Dang. What'd you get, Bird?
A 7.
Okay, getting better. Dennys?
I got a 7 as well. 7 of hearts.
Okay. Why don't you guys draw one more card, because I don't know what's the higher of those two. And then, Suits, what did you get in there?
He got a 9.
Okay. All right, Bird, round 2.
I got 4.
Okay, Dennys, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
Okay. All right, so there you go. All right, so...
Is that my last
I think Virginia's last.
Okay, so setting it up, it goes myself, Suits, Dennys, and Bird and Virginia. So that is going to be the draft order here. When it gets down to the bottom, Virginia, you get to pick twice, and then we go back up. It's called snake draft. Okay. So I have got the overall number 1 pick. Overall number 1 pick here. Movie badasses. I am going to go with Darth Vader.
Damn it!
That is my number 1 overall pick.
It's a great one.
Yeah, I would argue there's really nobody that's more bad than Darth Vader. That guy was pretty good. So, at full power. Okay, it goes next to Suits. Suits, who are you going to take with the second pick in today's KVJ draft?
I am going to, since you took Darth Vader, I'm going to grab John Wick.
Oh, dang. Okay, that's solid.
Starting off with a lot of erasing, Dennys.
Yeah.
Not good.
Okay, next we go to Dennys. Who are you taking with the third pick in today's KVJ draft?
So I'm going with Kaiser Soze from The Usual Suspects.
Okay, Kaiser Soze. Okay, Bird, who do you pick here?
Team Jaybird picks Johnny from Karate Kid Cobra Kai. He's a great badass.
Okay.
Topical.
Johnny from Cobra Kai. Virginia, you got the next 2 votes here. Did you have your husband do this for you? Or?
No.
Okay.
Oh, dang!
Okay.
Ralston throwing shade.
Oh, she did it last
Did it
week.
myself.
That's why I'm just curious. This seems to be her go-to. She's like, Panda, what do I need to draft?
Get her, Ralston. Get her.
I am.
My first pick is Wonder Woman.
Oh, nice call, Virginia. Love that. Okay. Could see that getting you some votes. And your next pick?
My next pick is Halle Berry's character Storm from X-Men.
Oh, Ooh,
In your
okay.
face. Strong bitches.
Yeah. Way to go. All right, back to you, Bird. Next pick.
I'm going Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker.
Okay, the Joker, Heath Ledger from movie Badasses.
Yes, he was a badass.
Definitely.
Okay, then we go back to you, Dennys. Who is your next pick?
My next pick is going to be Scarface, Tony Montana.
Oh, okay. Good call.
Oh, yeah, he built an empire.
Yeah, he did.
World is his.
Got that blow thing going. Yeah, that's real good. Suits, who you going with next?
I'm going to take John McClane, Die Hard.
Oh,
Dang.
Getting all the Johns.
He
Look
is.
at you.
Got a team of Johns over
gosh,
here.
that's good.
Yeah, that is really solid. Let me see here. I think I have got the next two picks. So I am going to go with. Okay, give me. I'm going to go with James Bond
Oh, good one.
because that is topical and he's just kind of a movie badass. And then I am going to go with, let's toss up here. Give me Jason Bourne.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Okay. If I could have those kind of fighting skills. All right, Suits, your final pick in Movie Badasses, the KVJ Draft.
I am going to take Sarah Connor from The Terminator.
Okay, interesting. Sarah Connor. All righty. Dennys, your final pick.
For my final pick, I'm going to go with a personal pick. I'm going with Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Okay. And Bird.
Save the best for last. Only talking about Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse.
Dalton.
Dalton. The name is Dalton.
Dalton.
And I don't care if I just lost the tournament, Virginia.
That's a personal pick.
Personal.
All right, Virginia, your final pick. Who would you go for Movie Badasses?
My final pick, I'm picking Aaron Brockovich.
Okay.
My list is awesome.
Okay.
Brockovich.
All right.
Yeah, it's a badass.
I thought you go with like Beatrix Kiddo, the one in Kill Bill.
I like
Yeah, the
her.
bride.
I know who you're talking about. She was on my list, but
She's making a statement.
I'm making a statement.
She's making a statement.
I'm making a
Lilu.
statement.
Lilu from Fifth Element?
Fifth Element is also on my list, as is Princess Leia. But, you know, we didn't go 5 deep, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
People in the chat room love your list.
Thank you.
They don't. I'm lying.
Okay, some of the movie badasses that did not get drafted. You got Brian Mills. I have a set of skills.
Oh yeah.
From Taken.
Take it. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bird.
Yeah. Thought about that. Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible series, but nobody likes Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that would win out.
I like Tom Cruise.
What about John Rambo? Or even Rocky?
I never loved Rambo. I thought
Yeah.
the beginning, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, he's trying to be peaceful. He's
He
getting
is.
antagonized.
He is. And what a young Sylvester Stallone had, Virginia. The hair was really good.
I'm not feeling him.
I was thinking about Bruce Lee's character from End of the Dragon.
I had it written down.
He's fantastic. You also had some Harrison Ford characters, Han Solo or Indiana Jones. Either one of those could have
You're
worked
totally right.
Yeah.
for movie badasses.
Richard Kimball.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator.
I was gonna do Terminator, but I didn't want to steal Suits' thunder. He had just done Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's what the movie badass list is. I've got Darth Vader, James Bond, and Jason Bourne. That's my team of badasses. Suits has got John Wick, John McClane, and Sarah Connor. Dennys has got Kaiser Sose, Scarface, and Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction. Bird's got Johnny from Cobra Kai, the Joker, Heath Ledger's version. Dalton from Roadhouse, and Virginia's got Wonder Woman, Storm from X-Men, and Aaron Brockovich.
I think we know who's already down in the polls.
Okay.
You can't even float, so don't bring up nothing.
Oh, yeah, the guy who can't float beats you in a swimming contest and also beats you in a wine tasting contest.
Rigged. I'm calling for a recount.
Then do it. Call it.
Recount.
Get those ballots in here.
Okay. No Wolverine, Hugh Jackman's character.
I mean, if I pick Wolverine, how am I going to put Patrick Swayze in there? Can somebody tell me this?
Good point. Yeah.
These lists are very personal.
Yeah.
And, you know, much like belly buttons, we all have opinions and we can all pick who we want, right? It's a free country.
Yeah.
I demand a recount.
That's it. But yeah, there was definitely several strong teams. Neo from The Matrix.
Yeah.
So why do we not go with that?
Early voting is in, though, and there's a trend. One person definitely doing the worst.
Who's that?
It's still early, though, Kev. It's still early. The people are still out at the polls. Virginia's really coming in.
Tanked
Whatever.
it again, huh?
You can't even see the ballots.
So
Kevin sees the numbers, not you.
I'm seeing plenty.
No one trusts you with counting Jack.
Oh, you want to have a count off with me?
Let's go right now.
1,
2,
3,
4.
Wow, impressive. We'll stop at 9.
Kevin would lose his mind.
He just did. He stopped us before we got to 9.
The Mandalorian. Why did nobody go with that? It's topical. He's a movie badass.
Oh, it's a person?
Yeah.
His nickname's Mando. Try keep it up.
I did not know that.
What about the Rock's character from Fast and Furious, Hobbs? No Chuck Norris. But Chuck Norris, what? Can anybody name a Chuck Norris movie? I mean, this is a movie badass, but it's like, what's a Chuck Norris character?
Chuck Norris was in that one ninja movie that I loved.
He was in a Bruce Lee movie where he lost.
That's the only time I know him from.
Yeah, and then Walker, Texas
Walker,
Ranger,
yeah.
but I didn't watch that. That was on my grandma's channel.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah, that's all I got. So, all right. Well, you can let your voice be heard. We won't be doing any kind of recounts. We're not going to be filing any lawsuits. We're just
Speak
going
for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, Virginia over here. She's already had 2 lawyers.
I demand a recount.
She's got 2 lawyers on her phone ready to go.
Aaron Brockovich on my list is a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you need to call.
There's no way
When you
don't
finish
get-
last again.
You definitely are getting dead last.
Whatever. I'm going to get the female vote. You didn't account for that.
It's the females in the chat room who hate on your list.
Whatever.
They are. They're like, oh my God, Brockovich?
What? All right, Dennys is here with another round of the joke jury. All right, we are the ones who decide what's funny, what's not. Give him a grade on how he performs here today. He's got some home-crafted comedy for you. All right, what we got here, Dennys?
First joke, and this one's for the bird. What does Cobra Kai do when they drop crumbs on their pants?
What?
I don't know. What do they do?
They sweep the leg.
Oh, dang it. You're standing O from the bird.
How about that?
Smart comedy, topical?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, some not so smart comedy. Second joke. What did ponies use to send secret messages during the war?
I don't know. What did they use?
Horse code.
Horse. Horse code. Come on, horse code. It's good.
Third joke. What bottled water do quirky teens drink?
I don't know. What do they drink?
Awkward Fina.
Awkward Vina.
Is that how many dabs?
Oh, lots.
Yeah, lots.
All of these are 3 or more.
I think you found your sweet spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's a heavy dabber one, too, right here. Joke number 4 for you guys. What hip-hop artist is big with porpoise?
Wow. I don't know. Which one?
Macklemore.
Macklemore.
My favorite.
Your animal jokes always crush.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Just see with a fish head. And,
She loves aquatic humor.
I do.
Macklemore. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Dennys.
Final joke for you guys. How can you tell if the person you're hooking up with is an interior decorator?
I don't know. How can you tell?
The curtains match the drapes.
Oh, sweet Denny.
What? What a round run today, huh?
Home run, Josh.
That feels like a 5 for 5.
Oh, yeah.
Dang. All right. He's definitely setting the tone here. How would you like to have some free pizza this weekend?
Free?
Free pizza, Virginia.
I love it.
It's the power of pizza, and all you do is put in just minimal effort. You download the free 97.9 WRMF app and just listen to the KVJ show for 1 hour to get an entry to get a little pizza party on Saturday night from Doss Craft Beer and Pizza from Singer Island Beach.
Oh, yeah. It's delicious pizza, too, Kevin.
Going to be delivered by the KVJ show. That's kind of the cool thing that's going to be going on.
Hot, fresh.
This just in, we signed Dennys again.
Wow. You can also go to WRMF.com and you can listen up one entry for 1 hour. You listen to 2 hours, you got 2 entries, and so on and so forth. You do the math.
And we might stay a little bit longer this time. You might have to kick us out.
After we've eaten all your pizza.
Yeah, we deliver it, then we eat it in front of you, and we leave.
You can watch us eat your pizza, and then we'll leave.
That would be a bad promotion.
Okay, so if you want to jump on it, if you want to check out the KVJ show, listen to that app. It's really convenient on your mobile devices. You can plug it into your car. You can listen to the show live, stream it, or you can listen to the KVJ show podcast. They're also on there on the free 97.9 WRMF app. Okay, which one of these things did not happen to Jaybird, which means there's a lot of things that did happen to Jaybird. All right, Virginia, what do you think? Only one of these is right that didn't happen to Jaybird.
Oh, this is a fun game. I love it. Okay. Already, I'm in.
Which one of these did not happen? He was bit by a random dog yesterday.
Yeah, that happened.
He faked a British accent to get rid of the census lady at his door.
That totally happened.
He does not want to be counted. He had a quick drink with an old romantic flame.
I could see that happening. We got him all worked up talking about Canadian women yesterday.
Yeah.
And syrup.
Could it have been the Canadian girl?
Maybe. Amy, I believe was her name.
Amy. Amy, yes.
Kevin doesn't even know the answers to any of these. Kevin's playing along, too.
Yeah. Jaybird had to cancel looking at a house because the person who owns it hates his family. Did that happen?
Oh, yeah, I could see that one, too.
They're designed.
All of these are high probability events that if they didn't happen yesterday, they have happened before.
And then somebody tried to sell he and Dennys a set of parakeets in the Walmart parking lot. One of these things, and only one, did not happen. Which one would it be?
I'm leaning parakeet. What do you think, Kevin?
He does talk about all these people always trying to sell him random stuff, and it is Walmart. That seems very plausible.
But I want him to have had a cocktail with a girl yesterday. That's exciting.
Well, there's 5 choices. One of them did not happen.
He's been looking at houses every day.
Yeah, I could see maybe something like that happening.
Some weird stuff in his old neighborhood, and then the people that own the house are like,
Or maybe I'm like,
Yeah. I'm surprised he would volunteer the information about grabbing a drink with an old romantic flame. I know he likes to cover that up, but, you know.
We're living in trying times, Kevin.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I like least.
You're right. Maybe he's trying to get me all excited, and it's a trick.
Yeah, the British accent to get rid of the census lady at his door. I just don't know how she would be like, what?
If anybody's in there, then she wants to talk to him.
Yeah.
So if you act British, you're still there.
Yeah. In fact,
even the British need to be counted.
In fact, you might not be here legally, so she probably really wants to talk to you.
Good point, Kevin.
Yeah. That's one of the ones I like the least.
How funny would it be if Jaybird got deported to the UK and he's not even British?
He has to pipe in live from Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. That's the one. It's the census British.
It's either that or the quick drink, but he actually, when he had a couple of alcoholic beverages in him on Friday, was rather forthcoming on the After the Show podcast. I was very surprised that he was revealing as much as he did.
Gosh, what did I say? I can't even go
you
back.
said a lot.
I can't even go back.
People couldn't believe how much you were talking.
Oh no! I can't
yeah.
even think of
They loved
They were
the
into
Halloween podcast. I got so much
yeah.
buzz on my phone.
I couldn't even
about.
believe it. You just kept going. I'm like, whoa! I can't even believe you were into it.
I'm still tired from that day.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Wow.
You gave and gave.
Okay, so that makes me believe that a little bit more. I think the British accent and the census lady is the one that did not actually happen. I could see him getting nipped by a random dog. He's got Chewy out there and things like that. That could easily happen. Been doing the house hunting thing. I could see that. Being sold or trying to be sold parakeets in a Walmart parking lot. That seemed just weird, especially on 45th Street where we are in West Palm Beach.
Yep.
Between the racetrack gas station and the wall, I mean, there's just it's like
we were doing that bit yesterday, trying to throw those hot dogs and catch them in buns on the street, and that homeless guy wanted to steal my hot dog buns.
People don't realize unless they live in the area, but this is kind of like the Bermuda Triangle. It's just weird stuff. Constantly.
Yes.
Constantly.
I know it sounds like I'm making up these stories, but 45th Street from Village, all just kind of
it's
weird.
a whole group, and it appears to be individuals with really no place to go, so they hang out behind the gas station. They panhandle in shifts at all the stoplights. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes.
But they panhandle in shifts, and they rotate.
But the weirdness does go from 45th Street all the way into that Village Publix area. I mean, there's a lot of weird from that entire radius of land.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, have you seen at the Publix? There's that lady that feeds the cats.
I know exactly who you're talking about. She always has the shopping cart illegally on the side of the road.
Yeah, she's got a rainbow-colored umbrella, and she has an army of cats. And I was... it was amazing. I was sitting out at the Toreros having some food with the Mexican queen, and she does some kind of like cat call. And cats just are coming out of the woodwork.
And it's weird too.
Crazy.
Every time I go to Publix, I'm talking whether it's 9A or if it's 8P, I see her. She's out there.
Boy, if she could get those cats to turn at once on an individual.
Yeah, she's putting together like an army.
It's a cat army.
If anybody could, it would be her.
Yeah.
She just has a way with cats.
Mm-hmm. Huh. So there is a lot of interesting things happening here. So parakeets,
parakeets, nothing.
I mean, that's actually kind of boring. It's like, yeah, I know. Parakeets, I mean, you would get sold steaks and
but the parakeets is how you fight the cat lady.
Oh, yeah.
Just FYI.
They are at odds.
Okay, so I am going to go with the British accent. Virginia, what is your thought, your guess?
You talked me into it.
Okay.
I was originally parakeet, but now I'm census.
Okay, so which one of those things did not actually happen to Jaybird? What is the correct answer, Bird?
I hate to disappoint you, Virginia, but I did not have a drink with my ex. I did not. No. Kevin's right. I wouldn't be telling you that anyway.
Yeah, I thought that. But then, like I said, after Friday's After the Show podcast and all the truth that came out.
I thought maybe you were warming up that stone cold heart in the microwave or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, my heart is very warm. It just has a lot of walls, Virginia.
So tell me the one that I thought was unbelievable. You faked a British accent to get rid of the census lady at your door?
So this woman just keeps coming to my door. And
it's
then
her job.
I get it. I understand. But she's always coming around when I'm not ready to see somebody. And yesterday she comes again. I'm in my underwear and my blinds are open.
Yeah.
That's hot.
And I'm talking to Chewy and I'm petting Chewy and she can hear someone's in there.
She knows someone's there.
So I got caught and I just did not want to deal with it. So I acted like I go, oh, sorry, the owner's not here. Oh, he'll be back maybe probably tomorrow, maybe the weekend, but the owner's not here. Sorry, I'm just visiting. And she did not. She took the bait and she went away.
So you think the accent threw her off? Why did you go with the British accent instead of just saying, "Hey, the owner's not here"?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
She wrote on her form, British illegals living here.
Well, she saw she knew somebody was in there, and I kind of just panicked.
You have ice at your front door next.
Sorry.
We should send ice. I think he's housing British illegals.
Oh yeah, he's smuggling in Brits.
Oh, it was highly uncomfortable. It was like the same way when I parked in my neighbor's parking spot, and she was knocking on the door all mad, and me and Dennys didn't know what to do, and we're hiding in the corner of my place, and she's looking at us the entire time.
She's like, I can see
She's
you.
watching you in
She's
there
watching
hide.
us hide from her. I was raised to fear the knock.
Yes. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, here's another piece of the mystery and what is Jaybird's life. We just heard the story about how he was using the British accent on the lady that was taking the census information.
Don't worry. I know people are, you're a bad American. You got to get counted. I'll do it online. I'm doing it online, Virginia.
Well, that's not what it is. People are saying the census ended on October 22nd.
What?
Yes.
Then who the hell was that?
I don't know.
This woman will not leave me alone. I thought something was up with this because she goes into my courtyard.
Yeah.
She's looking at my bike. She's looking at my plants. Census people don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's over.
You got a new stalker.
The last day to get respondents in was October 22nd.
And
It's over.
She kept on every time it's the same blonde woman. She keeps knocking and knocking and knocking. Chewy will start to bark, and she still stays there. And
She's not from the census.
She's not from the census.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You need to be ready for her next time with a taser.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either, Virginia.
Wow.
I'll hide behind your barbecue grill and taser.
Okay, well, now you know. If she shows back up again, be like, you are not with the census because the census is over.
Yeah, this is about the 5th time she's come, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't from the census if she came after the 22nd.
Now I just need to open the door and see what the hell this is about.
Are you going to keep the British accent?
I might. I think I might, actually.
Okay, all right.
Thank God I didn't open the door. I contemplated it.
Yeah, see, it paid off.
I'm going to get murdered.
Yeah. Well, how would you like to have Jaybird's truck? I'm not sure what kind of condition it's in, but he's got a new vehicle. He's riding around a new whip. So if you'd like to take the old one, you just got to basically get that thing running. I think it's pretty much yours.
Yeah, believe it or not, I know we make a lot of jokes about the truck, but if we can get somebody just to fix it and slap on some new tires,
okay,
that truck will be ready to go for somebody who needs it.
What year is it?
It is 2007.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's not a beauty queen. You're not going to win any tournaments with this thing.
Are the Bigfoot stickers free, part of the deal, or do they come off?
The Bigfoot stickers are still on there, and they've dissolved.
They're deteriorating.
Okay.
Look, I said she's not going to win a beauty contest, but I know some people need a vehicle.
Yeah.
If we can get it running and get some new tires on that thing, the truck is yours.
There you go. All right.
We just have to figure out how we want to do that, and if anyone can fix it for me.
Okay. Do you know what's wrong with it?
I don't know what's wrong with it.
It just doesn't run.
My buddy Klepto told me it's something fixable, but it needs a kind of like a body shop to do it, or like a mechanic shop to be able to get in there. I guess there's some kind of, I don't know, some nugget of machinery.
It's called the engine.
It's blocking the radiation.
Nugget of machinery?
I don't know. I'm not a car guy. I'm not a motorhead. I'm a snack guy. But if we can get it up and running, if someone actually wants it, and it might be just a beater to get you around from A to B for a month or two, whatever.
Sure.
But I don't need it anymore. And I know people have reached out to me before who need a car because we've talked about doing this and doing that to the truck.
Yeah.
I'd rather give it to somebody if they need it. But it does need new tires, and it does need some work inside of it.
Okay. All right. A fixer-upper.
Fixer-upper.
Okay. Just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Well, if you're down and out, if maybe the whole election process has got you down, coronavirus has got you down, who knows what else could have you down, well, pick me up by going to the FML site. Other people going through their own little set of issues because, boy, if you have even one added little nugget of anything on top of all the things I just mentioned, it just seems like there's a lot going on. Don't worry. Other people are going through the same misery that you are. In fact, I get this one. Somebody posted up on the FML site. I'm so out of shape that my arm ached after lifting chips out of a Lay's bag. You ever strain yourself eating chips? That's terrible. Somebody else posted up on the site. I buy condoms at a pharmacy where this hot girl works just to make her think that I actually have sex. Oh,
that's sad.
Gosh.
Oh, she's watching you and she knows.
Well, yeah.
You're buying condoms once every 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody said if it's not bad enough that I am 30 and living with my aging parents, I got mugged in an alley. They were concerned the mugger gave me COVID, and now they've made me sleep in a tent in the backyard for 2 weeks.
Oh, my.
Hashtag FML.
COVID loves muggers.
That is tough. Somebody else posted up on the site. Clearly, I was intimidated by my district manager when he approached me today. I let everyone around us know by letting out a very audible fart. Oh, wow. That's a nervous Tommy, huh?
It's pretty nervous.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody said, today while hugging my sister's husband, I accidentally let out a sound in front of my whole family. FML.
That's awkward.
That is very awkward. You might want to look into that.
I've done that during a massage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Somebody else posted up on the site today. I walked out of the bathroom and saw my girlfriend peeing in a mug. She said that's the mug she uses when she can't hold it anymore and somebody's in the bathroom. Unfortunately, that's the mug that I put my coffee in every morning.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What? What the hell?
What the hell?
Y'all might need to break up.
Yeah, come on. What are we doing there? Coming up here in a couple of minutes, got another quick round of the Song Association game. Do you have music on your mind? They were talking today about the power of music, and they've studied the euphoria that it puts into the brain, the endorphins that spike up when you hear. I noticed this yesterday, man. I was just listening. I got back-to-back 2 really unbelievable songs that right now probably in my top 5, and I'm like, man, I am in such a good mood.
It does.
It will just change your day.
It's almost like a drug.
It is.
At least for me, like you're saying, there's something euphoric about certain songs.
That's what they're saying. They are after they studied the brain and they said, "Hey, what's your favorite song?" And they told them, and then they played it, and they're like, "Yeah, you can see, bing, 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 bing." It's just, it's pegging it. So we'll see what kind of songs you got in your mind today. I give you the word, you give me a song with that word in it. Next.
More KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
You got a song in your heart? Well, we're going to see. It's a song association game here today. I come up with a word that I give you, and you have got the hard part. You got to come up with the song. It's got to be a recognizable song, and you only got 3 seconds to do it. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, Virginia, it's got to be recognizable.
Oh, I'm not the one always cheating.
I know, I'm reminding myself. I'll just put your name in front of it.
Don't speak my name.
Okay. Now, there's no points for the quality of singing, but, you know.
Oh, that's not going to be good, Kevin.
Yeah. Let's see what you got here. Okay, we'll start with you, Virginia. Your word is water.
What? Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Suits, is that before or after the buzzer? Suits doesn't want to give it to you. He doesn't want to.
Damn, Suits.
Yeah. And he's pulling up too. He's saying it's waterfalls.
Yeah, waterfall, different word.
Water is in waterfalls.
Oh, here we go with this crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a derivative.
Yeah, I think you got a combo there. Suits doesn't like it.
Oh.
He just doesn't like it. And I don't want to get Suits all upset.
Suits is just your minion. I know. You probably winked 2 times, and Suits is like, okay, Kevin.
Reek back there.
That's the code for.
He's not feeling it.
Reek back in his old dungeon back there.
Okay, if you guys get one right, Virginia is out of the game.
Right,
Damn
Danny,
it.
just take her down.
Song association game. Jaybird.
Hard one.
Your word is dog.
Who let the dogs out? Dog day afternoon.
Okay, all right.
Dog day afternoon.
So we don't take it.
Do we accept plurals?
I mean,
No, we don't.
Yeah.
we accept plurals, right? Okay, chat room voted yes, we accept plurals.
Except no plurals or derivatives. Sit down.
Stop saying derivative.
Okay. Dennys, your word is wonder.
Wonderwall. I couldn't remember the melody.
Wonder.
I think those are two separate words.
Oh,
You know what? You might want to just erase this first round. We all really stuck
boy,
it
that
up.
was that wasn't great.
Those were hard words.
I hate to give
They
Bird
were
the win
tough.
because his wasn't good either.
I don't think you should give me the win. The second song I made up.
We'll reset.
Let's just try another round here.
Second one I made it.
Okay, Virginia, I'm going to give you the word in the song association game, air.
How do I breathe with no air? No air.
Okay. All right, we'll give you that one. Bird, your word is after.
After all.
Okay, all right. Let Peter Satura.
With Cher's on that too. There's a new word.
She's moving to Jupiter.
That's not the city, the planet.
Dennys, your word is cool.
Cool for the summer.
Sassy Dennys. Whoa. Someone's hot over here.
That's your girl.
Yeah,
Very
you're pretty
sassy.
cool in the fall too, Denny.
yeah.
Oh, dude, look out for him in the winter. Real cool.
Okay, Virginia, your word is Monday.
It's just another manic Monday. Oh, wish it was Sunday. Cause that's my fun day. Oh,
Wish it was a manic Monday.
Oh, it's fun.
All of my life.
Big fans of Manic Monday in here.
We're Bengal fans.
yeah, we are.
Okay. All right, Jaybird, your word is stuck.
I'm happy to be stuck with you.
Write it in.
Last second.
Right
Gets that
in.
in. Denny's, your word is lie.
Lie to me. That's not right.
He
Dance with
immediately
me.
called himself out.
He buzzed himself.
Oh,
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, Virginia, your word is devil.
Every single one of us, the devil inside. Devil inside. Yeah, that's my jam. Be afraid, Jaybird.
Because you're a demon.
Be afraid, Jaybird. I'm under your bed. Devil inside your bed.
You wouldn't make it out alive in my bed. Under my bed.
Oh my gosh.
What was that? That's the inappropriate
I'm
comment
a
of the
married
day.
woman.
Wow.
That was not meant to be
Oh,
sexual.
man.
Hashtag me too. I'm calling HR.
That was
Hope your
so-
husband's not listening.
Oh my
Make it
god.
Oh, man.
Great.
That was
Not
so
what
inappropriate.
I mean, because I got spirits, dog.
Well, now Panda wants to fight you.
Yeah.
Never. He's a lover.
Would he make it alive out of your bed?
I struggle speaking.
Okay, Bird, stay in the game. Song association game. Your word is sweet.
Sweet Caroline.
Ba, ba, ba.
I'm so sick of hearing that song.
That song.
That song, it sucks.
Okay.
We've
So
heard
then-
it a lot.
A lot.
So then, Virginia, I'll give you the word sick.
Sick for brains?
Sick for what?
That is Klepto and Twig's rap group that's not affiliated with the snack pack. Yeah. That's
They don't have a sick. We sick for brains. We are sick for brains. We are sick for brains.
Maybe.
All right, Jaybird, you're going to walk away with the song association game win if you can come up with a song with the word step.
step by step.
Ooh, baby. Wanna get to you, girl.
Step one.
We can have lots of fun.
Step two.
There's so much we can do.
Step three.
That was great.
Oh, that's fun. That's just good fun right there. Very nice. Okay, Bird is the big winner here today. Yeah, Bird.
Look at you.
He's a champion. Look at that.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, if you're in Key West traffic, here's what you don't want to say to somebody in the vehicle next to you, or they might pull a gun on you. Somebody found out the hard way when Dustin Coons revved his Jeep's engine in traffic, leading to Toby Keaton to step out of his own vehicle and say, "You must have a small D." You know, that whole you're trying to overcompensate for a small D thing?
Yeah.
Well, the small D guy responded by whipping out his 9mm Smith & Wesson handgun. I'll show you.
I mean, the small D comment gets you that mad?
Yeah. When the cops showed up there in Key West, he told them he was just protecting himself when he pulled out the gun. From what? Words? Is that what you're doing? You need a gun to protect you from words?
Good thing I don't have a gun, because every time someone said that about me.
You do a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the small D guy, on top of maybe having a small D, has got to deal with 3 felonies, and he also was driving without a license.
Oh.
Okay, so this guy had priors.
You're unhinged.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, we talked very favorably about Canada, and today, they must have heard our calls. We were talking about one of our KVJ Nationers that lives in Edmonton. And we said, wow, it just seems like Canadians are just so chill and nice. And what is it that does that?
We talked a lot about Canadians yesterday.
Yes.
Well, they heard yesterday's After the Show podcast, and now apparently they're offering up their support as emotional support Canadians.
Aww.
If you're an American who's struggling to cope with all the tense election issues that are going on in this country, you find yourself a little rattled, just call up an emotional support Canadian. They can help. In fact, it all kind of took fire when one tweet said, "Dear America, emotional support Canadians are on standby. If you have not yet received your emotional support Canadian, one will be assigned to you shortly."
That's an amazing promotion.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a viral tweet now, and other Canadians have jumped in and also are offering their help. So
I'd love to talk to a Canadian.
I know. We established that yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah, Canadian female
It's not just
especially.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're going to assign you a chick.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy who went into a bank in California on Saturday without a mask. So the teller's like, "Sir, before I can help you, you got to put a mask on." He's like, "Okay." So he put on a mask and then he robbed the place.
You know, I was thinking about the other day I bought liquor and I had to have my mask on.
Yeah.
And they didn't ask me to take the mask off or nothing. I just showed them my ID and they sold me the booze. And all you could see was my 2 little eyes there. I wonder how they're doing that with kids getting free alcohol. Think about it.
It would be a great era. Yeah.
I mean, at Publix, I guess my crow's feet speak for themselves because they never card me anymore.
They
half the face, they can still see the crow's feet. They're like, "You're good. You're definitely old."
Think about it. If you're an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, and you go in there with the mask on, are they asking you to take off your mask? Can they even do that?
I don't know.
For identification purposes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not seen it done. It'd be interesting to find out what they're doing with that.
You just got to make sure you have the same eyes as your fake ID.
Guarantee you that there are some people being sold underage alcohol because of the mask thing.
Well, I wonder, what if you're wearing glasses on top of it? Would they ask you to take your glasses off?
Exact. Look, I could put these fake glasses on, put my mask on.
Yeah.
You don't know what I look like. I could be 10.
Yeah. Good point. There's a guy in Oregon that robbed a hardware store on Tuesday, then fled in his car.
Oh, my.
But he was easy to find because he had a couch strapped on the roof of it. So the cops are like going, yeah, we're looking for a car with a couch. Okay, there it is.
There it is.
Yep. They got him pretty easily. He was arrested on several charges. In Oklahoma City, a guy there allegedly went into an adult novelty store, exposed himself, and then tried out one of the products on display.
Oh, my.
After licking his fingers.
Can you blame all that? Oh, I'm having a meltdown because of the corona and the election. Yeah, I don't think you can.
Yeah, I think you need to talk to this guy. He's got to at least pay for it because he used it and then put the merchandise back on the shelf.
Oh, my.
And then walked away. And here was the amazing thing. They knew exactly who he was because he had just applied for a job there.
We have all your info.
Yeah, he's like, well, I just want to try out the products, you know.
Oh, goodness.
Right, isn't that just it? Oh, goodness.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. Let me see. A couple other interesting things going on here. One from this dude who decided to ride his bike from Boca down to the Keys. This is kind of cool. Peter Mayer, a 23-year-old from Boca, rode his bike over 200 miles to Key West in less than 24 hours. It took him 22 hours, and the idea started as a joke with his friends that he was riding to Publix with in a car. He said most of his friends doubted he could do it in 24 hours, and one big reason is because he'd never even cycled before.
Oh, wow.
So he's like going, okay, let's do it. So his friends rode in a car behind him the entire way, and they're on Facebook Live most of the ride, kind of capturing it, and he wound up doing it in 22 hours.
That poor guy's nards.
I know, it's tough, right?
If those things could talk, they would give a very sad interview.
Yeah. He raised more than $12,000, too, for the Nick Mayer Memorial Foundation. His brother committed suicide almost 2 years ago, and the Memorial Fund helps kids play hockey.
Aww.
That was kind of a cool thing
That
that
is
he did
cool.
there. Yeah. Just don't say anything to a guy in a Jeep and say he has a small D. When you get there,
I have a Jeep.
Yeah.
And a small D.
All right. You didn't have to fill in the blank. It was understood.
I just wanted to reiterate.
You just wanted to like tear into the soul.
And finally here today, how about this? A 20-year-old student in the UK is raking in some serious cash making those ASMR videos. Crazy.
How much?
How much do you think annually can she make doing this?
200,000.
That's a great guess. That's a little high.
Anybody who says that this is not sexual in nature, I'm not saying everyone that does it, a big percent. It's about getting off.
She's making $58K a year doing these videos, and she pretty much starts out by whispering like "hello my darlings" or something like that. And this is the debate about this. Some people are like, oh, that's just sexual. Other people are like, no, it's not, it's soothing. So what do you think this is more of? Sexual or soothing in this ASMR video that she's done? This is Lottie Fellows.
Hello, my darling, and welcome back to our channel.
Sexual AF.
You think that is?
Absolutely. Not for a Ralston, but for other people, totally getting their jollies off by that.
Really?
It kind of resembles the whole someone's right up your ear, you can feel the breath on you. Oh, what's happening to my body right now? Oh, I'm getting turned on.
Virginia.
Oh,
You
I'm
might
in my
wanna move.
Jeep. Look out, my mini dong's coming out.
Is that what I drive, a mini dong?
What do you think, Virginia? Sexual or soothing?
Definitely sexual.
Yeah, Kev.
Really? Okay.
Kev's a
Yeah.
Boy Scout. Telling you.
I found it actually kind of creepy.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
And I love a British accent. And it's the whole, like the wetness of it kind of makes me want to jump out of my skin a little bit.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I thought too. I was like, I'm not sure I'm loving that. But 58K she's making, so if you're looking for a side gig.
But in person, I think I would like the whispers.
Okay. I got you.
Live whispers.
So you want Lottie Fellows? How would you like $5,000 tomorrow? We give out another big old check. We did last Friday. We're doing it this Friday, next Friday. All you got to do is just lock in to 97.9 WRMF on the hour from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Listen for the cue to call. You pick up $100, and you get qualified for the $5,000. Another qualifier happens in just 5 minutes.
The 97.9 WRMF $5,000 Workday Payday. Be caller 9 right now at 877-979-WRMF to win $100 and get qualified for $5,000. Good luck from 97.9 WRMF.
Okay. This is probably very helpful. A lot of these you should know, but somebody put together a helpful list of questions you really should probably never ask people.
I love this.
Yeah, they might come off a little bit rude.
If you're tone deaf and you don't understand what you should and should not ask people about, here's your list.
Weight stuff should be on there. People ask ridiculous questions about people's weight. It does blow my mind.
It's something to look out for. And you know what's really tough is I have noticed that where I have seen people that noticeably look like they've lost weight, or there's something that I want to compliment them, but even now I'm still very careful with that and don't usually lead into it too quickly.
Well, complimenting is one thing. Saying someone looks like, something wrong with you, or you're looking sickly, you okay? That's never no one's ever gonna take that well. And you can call that person who gets upset about that a snowflake, but it's rude.
Yeah, I kind of just dance around a little bit because I think I'd had that one time a couple years ago where I'm like, oh, you've lost a lot of weight. And they're like, yeah, I got sick. And I was like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. You never know.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. I was trying to do the compliment. I was like, yeah. So I usually, when I notice that, even if they've lost a good bit, I'm like, well, let's just wait a little bit and see what the tone is and let them maybe say, yeah, well, the diet's working out. Be like, oh, wow, yeah, you look fantastic. Good for you.
You look great.
Yeah.
Well, I had stomach cancer.
Yeah, I mean, people just say things. You're like, did your mama raise you right or what?
Yeah. So there are some questions to, probably just maybe hold off on that. Asking, are you pregnant is one that they say, maybe pump the brakes on that. Unless it's clearly obvious, but even then it's kind of obvious, so you don't need to ask.
Yeah, unless you see a water break or an arm hanging out, yes.
If you see an arm hanging out, you need to jump into action.
Call 911 and get some hot water.
Mm-hmm. How much do you make? That is something that should be off the table on just to ask people,
I mean, yeah, obviously.
People ask me that.
Obvious.
People ask me that quite a bit. Do they ask you guys that?
No.
Yeah, I've had a doctor ask me that before. So how much you making, Bird?
Not often, but people
none
will.
None of your business, doctor.
Yeah.
Mind your own.
Right. Another one that is kind of challenging too is how did they die? You ever had that where somebody passed or whatever? And I think your first thing is you're like, okay, well then how? I've had to catch myself because I know that I'm like, my first thought is like, well, how did they die? That's the first thing you think.
Always.
It is the first thing you think, but it cannot be the first thing that comes out of your mouth.
If someone posts it on Facebook, and I see this all the time, and it'll be a young, someone in their 20s or 30s, and they have, I can't believe, they took you before your time, blah, blah, blah. But there's no explanation. The human brain does want to know what happened.
It does, yeah.
They're young.
Yeah, and a lot of these things, you've got to catch yourself because there is curiosity, and you want to know, but you got to recognize that it's really selfish. And you got to watch because asking a question to try to satisfy your own curiosities could come off really insulting and affect the relationship.
And people don't want to tell you sometimes, too, if it's like a suicide.
Or a drug overdose. A lot of this is families that really you got to think about.
But just think about that. If it's a young person, it's probably something that they did that caused their demise that wasn't so smart. And their family's not going to want to rehash that with a bunch of people.
And sometimes, too, people will post, I'm talking about the families, they're posting because they need to get it out of their system. They're looking for some support, emotional support, and asking, that kind of stuff. That's not good.
Mm-hmm. Watch any questions about age. Only safe if they're obviously under 30 or over 80 is the recommendation.
See, the age one always I never really got the age. You can't help your age a lot of times.
You can't help your age anytime.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
The crows are back, Kevin.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, you can tell Virginia's feeling better.
Stop laughing. Stop laughing, Virginia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's fired up again. Look out. A couple other questions to maybe stay away from. How are you still single? Now, they said it might seem like a compliment, but it's kind of a touchy subject because the word still can sound a little judgmental.
Oh, I'll tell you the one that's even more judgmental. So when are you getting married, Bird?
Yeah. When
are you going to have kids?
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah. They say watch out for that.
And that's just Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
That's counting crows over here.
Yeah.
Married.
That sound effect is almost too accurate.
Yeah. Didn't really think too much about this, but kind of interesting. Why don't you ever come out with us anymore? A question that you really shouldn't ask people and could come off rude. The question basically asking, what you're doing. Do you not like us anymore? What's happening with what's going on? Maybe the person is staying in, one, because COVID sensibilities. Two, maybe there's some other issues that are going on.
Like you ask me too many questions.
Yeah.
Not you, the person in the scenario.
Right.
Maybe they have a new relationship or just a relationship, period.
Maybe you're annoying.
Yeah.
That's always possible, too.
True. Yeah. So interesting to watch. That's one I hadn't even really thought of. And then some other people chiming in with some questions that you really shouldn't ask. Somebody said, I was in the military and don't really like when people are always asking me how many people I killed and how.
Oh.
Yeah,
I would never ask somebody in the military that.
You ask that if you are building a rapport with that person and they are opening up with war stories and army stuff. I feel like they're giving you that gate.
Still, kill count?
Well, I've asked somebody that before, but I felt like we were rapporting with each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
We're having some drinks together. They were open. There were a lot of details. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, here's my chance.
Because I wonder if you have killed somebody, I assume it changes you as a person,
well, that's
right?
What, I'm very fascinated by the whole human psyche. That's what I asked, and I think it does. It's got to.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe a question just to watch. If you're having a good time having beers, did you ever kill anybody? I did.
How many guys?
I'm here drinking now.
But I also think it could also shut down the party quick.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so just a couple to look out for. Anything else to add to the list? 877-979-WRMF.
97.9 WRMF and the $5,000 workday payday.
Oh, man, how cool would it be to pick up $5,000 to start off your weekend? Got Raphael in here from Miami. What's up, Raphael?
Good morning,
Good morning, dude. A simple little $100 just for picking up the phone and dialing some digits. That's what you got now. Tomorrow, the big day, of course, is you could be cruising around with $5,000 tomorrow night, okay? Any plans on what you might do with it, Raphael? In Miami, you could buy at least 3 drinks. Okay, I think he's gone. I think his first thing he's going to do is pay for his phone bill. That's the first option. $5,000, you get to qualify all day long. Questions that you're probably better off not asking because you might get into some uncomfortable conversation, and people just don't probably want to hear this. We talked about the one with the weight thing. Be careful on that. And especially like, when are you due? Somebody had said, I'd been on keto, lost 70 pounds, and one of my customers asked me when I was due. I wasn't pregnant. I was wearing a bulky sweater, but at that point, I called up and immediately got a tummy tuck. So
wow.
Yeah, that's just a tough one. And another one, somebody said, when are you having another baby? I had one, but can't have any more, and that's a sensitive subject.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Here's what I'm seeing. So what are you?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, especially in South Florida where we're so culturally diverse and you've got Hispanics from so many different countries and many different nationalities represented. Yeah, like Angie in Hollywood had said, like what are you meaning your nationality?
I mean, I'm not offended by it because to me, I'm like, I'm Italian, I'm this, I'm that.
I've thought about that and I've tried to figure out the perfect way to phrase it.
What's your ethnicity?
Is that it?
I think that's better than what are you?
Yeah, what are you sounds a little blunt and rude. But.
What's your ethnicity? What was your mom? What was your dad? I mean, I think it sparks like fun conversations about culture and growing up and food.
I think that's fun to talk about.
Yeah. But interesting that, maybe be mindful of how you ask it.
I think with the age thing, people just are always afraid to get older and they're just embarrassed about their age. And that's something we really should never be embarrassed about. How old you are. You can't control that. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
That wasn't enthusiastic.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Somebody had texted and they said, somebody asked me for my dad's kidney while he was in hospice. Yeah, that's probably not a good question to ask people. Yeah.
Give me a break. Talk about just being
that's
just
not a good one. Yeah.
Goodness.
I know, right?
Heavy.
Okay. These are the kind of questions you should ask, not those. Just fun little random questions that can cause conversation. So stay away from the weight and the age and all that kind of stuff. Just ask dumb ones like this. If you had to answer, what would you say is something that will never be the same once the pandemic is over? What changes forever? They've talked about that.
Buffets definitely change.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's probably number one. I think that the way that I think sanitization is going to change. I think probably being mindful of cleaning things more. I hope.
You hope, but honestly, man, even I've seen it. Once people start drinking or once people are going out doing their thing, they're not as conscious as they usually are.
My question is, do you think, and the way I could see it changing, do you see there always being as many hand sanitizer stations up as there are now? Because they're all over the place. Is that something that you could see that even post-pandemic where
Yes.
there's hand sanitizer stations everywhere?
Sanitizer, yes.
Yeah, I think people are now becoming accustomed to it's a habit.
Yeah.
And if I don't have my hand sanitizer, I start to have a little mini meltdown.
And I think a lot of people, and I think some people just like having that around. It's convenient. Who doesn't want a little spritz right here? Perfect.
Yeah. What are you still angry about that you should just get over?
Probably the dirt of the day, but I'm holding out that you may come to your senses, Kev, and knock a couple of them down.
Okay, I took away one.
It's not enough.
Not
You
enough,
still have
huh?
more work to
Okay.
do.
Job's not over, huh?
I'm kidding. I love the dirt.
Shut up.
I try not to hang on to things, but I know there's one thing that I still, it's in the back of my head. When I was a kid, every summer you would have swim lessons because, I grew up north, so it wasn't like down here. You can't swim all the time. So they would do, I think it was American Red Cross that would offer the swim classes. And each year, the way it would work is you would take the class and then you would have the test. And then you would work your way up. And a lot of kids would start, and as a little kid, it just was something you did. When you were a kindergartner, all the little kindergartners, they started together on the shallow end of the pool. And then as you got older, each summer, you would kind of move your way down to the deep end of the pool. And then the people that were going for the lifeguard certification were all the way at the other end of it. So it was kind of like a rite of passage kind of thing as you move down. And so when I was probably about 12, 13, preteen, I was, getting to be a little bit goofy. And I was a decent swimmer, and the classes were going on, and I kept goofing off during them because I'm like, this is easy. I got this. So when the final day happened and they gave you the test, I'm like, okay, I focused. I did it. I passed the test. But the teacher said that I had screwed off so much that she wasn't going to move me on. All my friends were going to be moving on, and so I would be with everybody that was a year younger, and it would be very humiliating to me at that age to be like, all my buddies are further down the pool, and I'm stuck in that class, and I kind of knew it, and so I was holding on to that because I'm like, I passed the test. I don't get what the problem is. I know the stuff, and I felt like it was kind of a personal grudge because I had been such a goof off. And I don't know why. I was probably 12, 13 when that happens, and I still think I kind of hang on to that.
What, were you Fat Kevin at the time?
No, I don't think so. I think it was I was about that age. I had gotten skinny and I was goofy and
okay.
Yeah, I had a little bit of attitude.
You put on a show.
Laughter was your new drug.
I was starting to grow the mullet out. Yeah, that was my new candy. Goofing off, make people laugh. Yeah, I gotta get over that. Virginia, how do you feel about your Rob Schneider grudge?
Oh, that's going to go strong forever.
All right, so you're not getting over that.
There is one that I'm struggling with right now that I'm having trouble getting over. So Magnolia tells me, a lot of her stuff with her friends and, what this one says and what that one says and the little squabbles that friends get into at high school age like she is. And some specific little neighborhood kids have said certain things. And then Magnolia comes to a place where she's like, because she's very evolved for 15. She'll say, Mom, I'm not going to hold it against them. I'm not really going to hold a grudge. Maybe I won't let them in as close to me as I used to have them. But I'm going to keep them at an arm's length, but forgive them. I can't do that. Now I know what these little kids said to her, and I want to fight them in the street. Yeah. But I'm holding a grudge, even though she's forgiven these kids.
She's led a good example.
She's letting it go. I cannot.
Well, witches have a hard time letting go of anger. It's what kind of fuels them. So
I'm going to get on my broom,
I think you can help
and I'm going to knock these kids upside the head with the broom handle.
One more question here. What is the game or activity you're confident you could beat most people in?
Taste test for sauces and
doubt.
for generic junk food.
No doubt.
Upside down beer keg stand.
She's really good at it. You know, I've been wanting. Oh, can we?
I do some of my best work upside down.
I would love to bring that bit back. We did it a long time ago. We all had the keg stand competition.
Yeah.
And that talk about regrets. I regret my round, and I haven't let it go. Let's bring a kegger in here.
I'm in.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Friday.
Make it happen.
Friday.
I don't know.
Tomorrow, go for it.
We're just now not hungover from last Friday's show.
That was such a. I remember.
You guys have finally recuperated by Thursday.
I remember we did that bit where we all chugged the beer. It was great.
It was fun.
Yeah.
You were a star.
She
Snack
was
bar.
good. She was good.
It's my skill set.
You had a skill.
Yeah.
Gee, what is yours?
Stratego. When I was a kid, I believed I could beat anybody on planet Earth. I had a strategy, and I would destroy everybody in that. And I don't know. It was when I was a child, but that's about it. That and I think identifying 80s music.
You are
And
good.
Airman stuff, yeah.
You are good. I think I got a couple that trip you up. A little Stephen Bishop.
Well, you go off the grid. I'm talking about your top 40.
Yeah, no deep cut
Yeah.
B-sides.
Right.
I don't go off the grid. That ain't my style.
And that's more 70s too. 80s pop, I think I got it. So
More KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
So how low can Jaybird go when it comes to dating females? I'm talking age. There is a formula that is out there. I'm sure probably a lot of people have heard it. According to the rule, you divide your age by 2 and then you add 7. That is supposed to be the socially acceptable minimum age
What are you,
for a partner.
47?
I'm 43, you witch.
Mm-hmm.
You're 40. Wait, how old are you? No, you're 48.
I'm 47. Now, how old am I, Kevin?
You were 47.
Yeah, 47.
So you don't like it, do you?
I legitimately forgot how old I was.
I forget that. I do too, man.
All right,
So you are looking here, Jaybird, at being able to date somebody that is about like 28 and a half, 29. That's about where they are saying, at least according to that the basement should be on socially acceptable age.
Yeah, I hear you.
Whatever society says. But I will let people know that according to this relationship expert, they do say that, yeah, I mean, realistically, yeah, some people may look at it that way. But if you meet somebody outside of that rule that makes you happy, then, I wouldn't turn down somebody that you have a good connection with. But they do say the riskiest part of doing that, of breaking the rule, if you're with somebody significantly younger or older, is even though when you first meet, you're like, wow, we got so much in common. We're having a good time.
We're banging.
Yeah.
They
find in those relationships, typically at least by 5 years down the road, the differences in your goals and your lifestyle may diverge because as you get older, your life and your preferences seem to change faster than basically any other time, and the same thing. So when you're kind of on either side of it, it's almost like, if you notice that, like when you hit maybe late 20s into early 40s, it's almost like, you're kind of in the same thing, the whole family era. But then when you get out of either one of those pockets, when you're younger than that, your friends, family, job, everything's changing rapidly. After that, things can also be changing rapidly.
Ask Erica Jane from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's leaving her old ass man.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm over here. I'm all Doobie Brothers, and the girl that I'm dating is all Jonas Brothers. I see what you're saying.
Yes.
It's going to get...
Wrong brothers.
It's going to get... There's a misconnect.
Realize where brothers don't work. Yes. Okay, makeup or breakup? What would be your verdict in this situation here? Got an email that said, my husband and I, we've been together for 6 years, married for 5. Over those 5 years, my husband has cheated on me 3 times. About a year ago, we decided we would try being polyamorous, meaning that we can both have other committed partners. Things were great as long as he was the only one with another partner. Once I met my other partner, my husband got crazy jealous and aggressive. Then on top of him not helping around the house, not caring about my interests, not helping with our son, and not making time for me, I'm at my wit's end. I'm thinking about separating, but I'm wondering if this is all in my head. What are your thoughts?
I mean, you need to dump this pig quickly.
Yeah,
He's forced, like, you had to do it this way.
Yeah.
Because he was a cheater.
You need to just decide to put yourself first and then make that and your son your priority, because I think you're with a selfish, crazy person.
You are. You're with a selfish, crazy person.
Yeah, I mean, you stacked up a lot of things there.
Yeah.
Crazy, jealous, polyamorous. I know that was trying to be mutual, but he doesn't handle it the right way. Not having with your son, not making time for you.
Do we need any more reasons? Is that enough?
I hear you. I think you're just looking for confirmation.
Well, you got it.
Yeah.
Dump the pig.
Yeah.
What about this? Is this a makeup or breakup? You love your significant other, but all their friends are terrible. They're boring, they're rude, and occasionally incredibly sexist. And your significant other, though normally great, when around them, will get loud sometimes and kind of annoying and start to look a little bit like them. You know about that little saying is you are the sum total of all your friends. And you are like, hey, can we find some other people to hang with? But they just go back to the old crew time and time again. How much did you put up with before you're like, okay, when do I finally end this?
You can let them have their friends without you going along. I think separate friends is good sometimes.
I agree with the witch on that. And I think if you guys really love each other and it's a major change, now I don't think you should sit down and belittle the person. Speak from the heart and say, I just notice things get different when you're around your friends, and I don't particularly like them, just so you know, and be open and honest about it, and then you'll know kind of what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold that in.
You have boys' night, I'll have girls' night, and we'll be good.
Do you think you're always aware if you turn into a rude jerk when you're with your friends that you're a rude jerk, and you're just like, yeah, take it or like it?
No, I don't think so. But also, too, sometimes people may perceive you as a jerk. You just may be acting different, and they're butthurt because you're acting different and not giving them attention, and they're going to label you as a jerk.
Right.
Sometimes you are a jerk, and then sometimes people get jealous and label you as a jerk when you're not.
Right. They just feel excluded.
Yes.
So it's how they lash out at you to make you feel bad, when in all actuality, it's just because they're on the outside of the jokesters.
Exactly. That happens a lot, actually.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Someone will give you the jerk label, and you're not being a jerk. They're just butthurt.
They're just being an outsider to all your inside jokes, and to them, it hurts their feelings.
Yeah, but there's also times where you have jerky friends as well.
True. Yeah. Would you be in this one? You got a great boyfriend, but they've just taken a job that puts them basically on the other side of the world.
Oh, yes, I know about this.
Now, you can afford trips to see each other maybe once every 3 or 4 months tops, but that would be maybe 3 to 4 occasions of seeing them a year. And it's probably going to be at least a couple years before you could ever wind up in the same place again. Would you stay in it? Is that a makeup or a breakup?
I've done it a couple times, and for me, I did not like it, because when you have that much distance and that much time apart, you start to think of goofy things. Then all of a sudden, this guy named Jake is in the picture with her.
From State Farm?
Oh, yeah. He's got his arm around her. Why is Jake got your arm as an arm? Why is he smiling so hard in that picture?
Yeah.
You start to think crazy things. I don't know. I don't like it, Virginia.
You have to know yourself, and I think it takes a strong person to be in a long-distance relationship, especially if you're a person like Jaybird who wants affection. Guess what? You're not getting it long distance.
It's hard to rub me from Alaska.
Yeah. I think maybe you could do that for up to a year. I think if you try to do anything more than a year, that's going to be real tough.
It takes a toll.
Yeah. And one more makeup or breakup here. You're in love, but your mom hates your significant other. And you don't really understand why. You don't see it. They just really don't get along and they clash. Your mom seems to have liked other people you've dated, and for the most part has been a pretty good judge of character. Is this that alarming? Do you keep fighting with your mom, or do you say, maybe she's seeing something I don't?
Mom, you're not dating your mom, you're dating your girl.
Yeah, and
Your
you
mom's
need to
does not like your girls. Like, she is not a good person.
then you need to keep them separated and figure out your life on your own, but don't have them around each other.
But I'm not breaking
Just because mama doesn't like her.
Just because a family member or a mom doesn't like them, and I know that real person, I'm judging my relationship on me and the girl. Not my mom was very opinionated. Who knows why my mom wouldn't like somebody?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. You got anything you'd like to run past us? You can send your scenarios to us. Mail at kvjshow.com. mail at kvjshow.com. Who do you think won, and who do you think totally lost today's KVJ draft for movie badasses?
Well, I think we know which badass lost.
You think Virginia tanked it?
Whatever.
I know Virginia tanked it.
I had an amazing list. You're just mad because they're all power bitches in your face.
Okay.
Girl power.
All right. Yeah, we had a couple of weak lists, not a lot of votes, and we
couple?
had yeah.
Oh, I think the bitch and the witch is at the bottom.
Okay, who finished first? Who finished last? We'll let you know next.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Today's KVJ draft, we drafted out the biggest and best movie badasses of all time. I got the overall number 1 pick and went with Darth Vader. And to round out my team, I also chose James Bond and Jason Bourne from the Bourne series. Suits went with John Wick, John McClane, and Sarah Connor from Terminator. Dennys had Kaiser Sose, Scarface, and Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction. Bird, you went with Johnny from Cobra Kai, Heath Ledger's The Joker, and Dalton from Roadhouse.
That's good stuff right there. Damn, that list, though.
And then Virginia went with Wonder Woman, Storm from X-Men, and Aaron Brockovich.
What's this Johnny come lately on Instagram talking about? Formerly Morbid says, Jaybird and Dennys didn't understand the bit. Kevin wins. How do we not?
Oh, wow.
How do we not understand the bit?
I don't know.
Did we blow the bid?
No, you just had awful choices.
Oh, damn, Ralston.
Roadhouse?
Oh, whatever, man. Guys in their 40s to 50s love that movie. Small demo.
Denny's finished last.
Oh, damn.
Denny's is the worst.
Sweet Denny's?
Damn.
Yeah. You and Virginia tied for next to worst.
Oh.
And then at the top, it was between myself and Suits, and he just edged me out with another win.
Suits again.
Suits, yeah.
Wow, the kid, the prodigy, knows what he's doing.
He wins this game a lot.
I didn't know. With the Sarah Connor, I thought maybe, I don't know, people are going to really
I
get
know.
on that.
Sarah Connor over the Terminator?
And maybe I lost it with the Darth Vader. I don't know. Or maybe it's the Jason Bourne. I mean, or is it James Bond? I don't know what it was.
Maybe James Bond?
I don't know. I think he's kind of a badass, though, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
You didn't lose it on Darth Vader.
You don't think so?
I mean, he's a badass.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're all going to take this one home.
Yeah, definitely. I got to think that through because I'm like, my gosh.
In retrospect, I should not have gone with Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You vote with your heart, Kev.
That's it. That's all you can do, my man. All right, you got another shot at some money. $100 and qualify for the 5K workday payday just about 5 minutes from now. Before we get out of here, Bird, if you would, wrap us up with your thought for the day.
Just remember, hating people ain't happy, and happy people ain't hating.
Yeah.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.